Hey y'all, Jim Pankey here. Wanted to talk to you today about a couple of ending kind of licks, a couple of tags, a couple of things that are just super common and things that I know you've heard other banjo players play. So let me just demo those two things for you right now, and then we'll break them down and talk about maybe some variations of those. So at the end of the song, a lot of times you'll hear somebody do something like, or you might hear a little shorter version of that. So let's break those down. But before I do, you're already here. Hit the subscribe button, all right? Go ahead and hit that. Unless you're already subscribed, then don't unsubscribe. But hit that button. It's healthy. It's good for you. You'll enjoy it, all right? And if you want to, you can hit that notification bell. Ring that bell, and then you'll get notices whenever I put new video out here. So anyway, there you go. Well, let's talk about these two. Let's talk about these two licks. So you noticed one was longer than the other. So here's the long one. So let's break that down, and then I can show you where you can use it. So if you've been through the Cripple Creek lesson, it's going to start just like that. So it's going to be with a pinch, slide. So that's a pinch on the top and bottom, and a slide to the fifth, and then another pinch. So pinch, slide, pinch, and then you're going to put your finger down on the first string, second fret, and it's going to be a forward and reverse roll we're going to do here, and it's going to start on the fifth string. So it's 5 2 1 5 with that finger down, and then the 1 2 3 1 of that roll, but we're going to do a 3 to 2 pull off on the third string. So 1 2 3 1, and then the 3. So it sounds like. And that ending can lead you right into the shave and the haircut. Follow the link. That way you can segue into that. And this type of tag works really well on a lot of instrumental tunes. Cumberland Gap, Cripple Creek, those are two that you can use this tag with. You can use it on Blackberry Blossom as well. And I know you're saying, well, Jim, how do I know when I can use it? Take it for a spin. See if it works. You'll know. Does it work? Does it not? A lot of times just trying things is really the answer. And once you've tried it and you've discovered if it works, then that's great. And if you discovered it didn't work, then maybe we need to think about another lick. So let's put this thing on the end of Cumberland Gap. So you know, if you've been through the Cumberland Gap lesson, and you could end it right there, or you could put a shave and the haircut on that if you wanted to. But that ending stands on its own, and you'll hear it in a lot of bluegrass tunes, I promise you. Now sometimes on a vocal tune or singing song with words, the ending will feel like it needs to be shorter. And so that's when you're going to use this shorter version. Jim, how do I know? You're going to try them and see what works. And it's totally up to you and totally up to the group that you're playing with. Or if you're playing along with a recording, then you'll kind of need to do what they do. But it's shorter. And all I'm doing is a pinch from on the 1 and 2, and then a slide from 4 to 5. It's just, you almost don't have to do that slide, but I like the sound of it. And then it's a pinch at the second fret, first string, and still top and bottom strings. And then it's the 1, 2, 3, 1 with the pull off, and then a 3. So, and remember, you can go watch my 3 to 2 pull off tips video if you need that. So that one goes at the end of a singing song. Let me give you an example. How I love those hills of old Virginia, from those Blue Ridge hills I do roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain, far away in my Blue Ridge mountain home. See how that kind of sticks on the very end? And that's where that goes. So that's 2 types of tags that you can use. Let's look at a couple of variations, just for giggles. Now here's your variation on that first lick, and it'll be bluesy sounding. So it's going to sound something like... And you could use that at the end of Cripple Creek or whatever song that'll fit. All I've done, it's the same pretty much right hand pattern. So it's a pinch, slide, pinch. And on the 5, 2, 1, 5, instead of going up here, I come to the 2nd string, 6th fret, 5, 2, 1, 5. So that sounds bluesy. And then the 1, 2, 3, 1, I'm going to put my index, 1st fret, 2nd string, ring finger, 3rd string, 3rd fret, and I'm going to bend that note just a little bit. You can bend up or you can bend down, either way. So 1, 2, bend, 3rd. And you're not really trying to bend to a particular note, you're just creating a little bit of musical tension. So that gives you a bluesy version of that. Give you one more on that one. So instead of the 1, 2, 3, 1, we're going 1, 3, 4, 1. So it kind of rocks back to that 5 chord, or the D. So the right hand is 1, 3rd string is on the 2nd fret with the index, and then the 4th string at 4th fret, 4, 1. That gives you a couple of different ways of doing that lick. Here's a couple of variations on the shorter lick. But you can make up your own, I promise you. Sit and noodle with these things and try to find different notes that sound good within that phrase. You can pretty much keep the right hand pattern about the same, but you can change a note here and there, kind of like this. So we did. Notice what I did. So instead of, I added a note, 3rd fret, and then a pinch there. So all I did was stick a note on the in-between. So I did that at the 3rd fret, but you could also put that note at the 4th fret. Sounds just fine. It's not as bluesy sounding, and maybe the song that you're playing doesn't lend itself to a kind of a bluesy feel, then maybe that 4th fret would be the one that you wanted to use. So we did one where we stopped at the 4th fret, we did one where we stopped at the 3rd fret. What if we did one where we stopped at the 2nd fret? Then what? Well, let's look at that. We could do that. I just made that up. So we could go. Sounds okay. Or you could do and back up to the 5th fret. So that's a way of experimenting and taking those ideas that you already knew and just moving one fret, one direction or the other, and listening to it and see, does that sound good? And then you get to decide that. If you like it and it sounds good to you and it works in the song, then that could be your lick. You can create your own licks. You don't have to come to my channel for me to give you licks to play. Look at you being all grown up. Good banjo player. No, I'm just teasing, but really, I mean, that's the goal here, is to get you playing. And everything that I've done up to this point in all of my videos, it's not about teaching you a song, and it's not about teaching you a lick. It's about teaching you to play the banjo and play it your way, and play it the way you hear it and the way you like it. Yeah, it's cool to learn other breaks and learn how other people played them and our heroes, but it's also nice and really great to play from your own heart and from your own mind the licks that you like. Hey, thank you all for watching. I'll stick a tab to some of these licks out here somewhere. I'll probably put it on my Google Drive, and that way it'll be free for everyone, because it's not that big a deal on these. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you soon. Bye. There's several different ones. I don't know what I did in the beginning.